projects stood out to you this year?
So I went back and looked at all the ones I listened to, or like even the ones that like websites considered top 50 of the year, top 50 rap albums. Honestly, like I wouldn't say there was a body of work that really stood out to me, only because I couldn't think of one where I was like, damn, like front to back, this shit was like the best thing ever. But there were bodies of work where I like thoroughly enjoyed several of the songs. So the ones that come to mind were the IDK one, "You See for Yourself."
Hell yeah.
I feel like he finally has, and it's odd because I feel like he's worked with big artists before, but I feel like this year he became a bit more mainstream. Like doing the song with Offset.
Even like still like yes and no, right? Because I feel like a lot of people still even know who the fuck that is. It's weird.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but he is like no. Like,
well, like Academics is like posting him. I don't know if he paid for that shit, but
right. But I think he's in this weird middle phase where like he's well respected by the community, like the culture, but also people out of it are aware of him as well.
Yeah,
but it's not like an overwhelming like
no,
because there's still people in the culture who don't know who the fuck he is.
100%. And when I went to a show in San Francisco, like it was a relatively small showing, so that showed me that like he still has some work to do to tap into that crowd, but still phenomenal artist. And I thought the body of work was really strong and unique compared to a lot of other guys we hear.
Dude, honestly, that I would say that's probably the only cohesive album I've heard all year. Whereas like track one is still somewhat related to the last track of the album. Like that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, 100% agree. So looking forward to seeing more of him as an artist. Definitely one of those guys where I heard a couple of his songs and was like, oh shit, I need to like follow his career. The other one was Isaiah Rashad, The House is Burning. I like skimmed through it the first time and wasn't the biggest fan, and then when I saw that he was performing in SF, like before I wanted to buy the ticket because I was like desperate to see any show. I went through the album again and I was like, oh, this shit is actually really good. And I like several tracks from it. Again, I wasn't a fan of like the entire thing, but there was enough songs on it that persuaded me to go check him out. And he's on TDE, so I know like he's
they don't sign anybody. Yeah.
And then was there anything else? I mean, I think CLB and Donda were like no-brainers in terms of like being obvious ones that you had to check out. At this point in time, I don't know if I could say they ever like lived up to the hype, but I do definitely think they were much better bodies of work than I did when I first heard them like several months ago.
They both aged well, right? Because
they both aged nicely.
Yeah, because I feel that same way about definitely Donda, but definitely CLB. Like a CLB, like yes, I agree with you, and I think some of the critiques that it just seems like another Drake album. But then I also remember Drake is phenomenal. So if I get another Drake album, like I'm happy with that. Again, I can listen to I Miss You Too with Kid Cudi, dude, on repeat every day of the week for the rest of my life and be very happy. So like,
the song's amazing.
It means if there's at least one or two songs like that, which there are for me, then I'm good with that. So so CLB's up there for me. Yeah, those are no like those are always like let's put them aside because like we get that like that's gonna be on everyone's list. For me, dude, like probably one of the stronger projects of the year was Baby Keem's. I think Melodic Blues is the name of the album. Super impressive, man. Again, so super young artist. It was very refreshing to hear his like unique voice. Also, like the week right after, like we got CLB and Donda, so like it was a drastic shift, but still fucking good music. Like that's what the theme of this is. Like I feel like good music really won in 2021. Like I think the years of like the antics and the viral moments, like putting you on. I'm not saying they're done, but at least they didn't win this year. So I would say, Baby Keem's body of work was very impressive. I think Tyler Creator's album, bro, like, What's Your Name? Not What's Your Name, sorry.
Call Me If You Get Lost or something?
Yeah, Call Me If You Get Lost, exactly, dude. Phenomenal, dude. And just like a reminder that, like, if I want to talk this rap shit, I can. And like, I'm probably still up there with like your favorite rapper. Like, it doesn't have to be, Earthquake and like fun, girly songs all the time. So That was super impressive, bro. For him to have like a DJ Drama co-sign on the whole, like it just brought a very nostalgic feel to it. So I think those two bodies of work, bro, were up there for me with, you know, CLB and Donda as well. Dude, but for me, I think like this could have also been added to biggest W of the year. Dude, I would say what the Locks and Dipset versus did for hip hop moving forward. Because I think that was like the first time where like a lot of young either fans or artists realized like what the fuck it means to actually be a top lyricist and also performer, right?
Yeah.
Like Jadakiss reminded the world of that. And that was like kind of like, I would say midway through the year, right? Whatever the fuck that shit was, I don't know. Like, it felt like it was like 3 or 4 months ago. But like when people saw that, I think everyone like holy shit, like this guy's just rapping and like not lip syncing, doesn't really need a beat, and it's fucking phenomenal. So I just like hope like that's the standard, bro, because like I'm over the shit of like 65-second songs that really aren't saying shit and you're kind of mumbling the whole way and the beat's kind of fire, so we'll give you more chances. Like fuck that, bro. Like give me fucking good lyrics. Like simple, it's fine. Like it doesn't have to be, because like yo, Jadakiss is super simple, but the delivery, you believe it, bro. Like everything he says, I believe.
Yeah.
So I just really hope like that was a big theme this year. From that point onwards, which I love how like Tyler, you know, acknowledged that in a couple of interviews, and I feel like we're seeing that in Corday as well. Like, you know, we just like these artists who like, yo, like it's not about the bullshit anymore. Like lyrics and song quality matter. And I really hope that's the thing just moving forward, bro. Because at the end of the day, like we have this very weird genre that we're obsessed with, but we also let a lot of random shit pass as music. And it's like, bro, this isn't music. Like,
And
you know
hip hop.
what I mean? Like,
so then it gives hip hop a bad name because hip hop does like is the most accepting and like broad genre there is. I feel like.
right. So it's like if you guys are okay with this, I guess we'll be okay with it. It's like, bro, we shouldn't be okay with this. Like this is bad. Like this is bad, bro. Like so that's one thing I loved about this year, but also I really hope moving forward we kind of just keep that. Like I think the bar was not saying raised, but I think reminded artists that there's a bar that you need to at least meet. You can't just say I'm a rapper. Like I know, we had this shit offline, but like, well, I think Complex put Doja Cat in their top 50 rappers of the year. I'm like, who the fuck said Doja Cat's a rapper, bro? Like, she makes good music, but besides her being black, where does she rap? You know what I mean? So like, what are we talking about? So I don't know, that was a cool moment in hip hop this year that I hope that we remember moving forward.
Yeah, I agree with all of that. And one thing, I mean, at least from like an awards ceremony standpoint, I don't think many mumble rappers have gone that far, right? Like, I feel like even though those shows piss people off all the time, like, I don't think, you know, say a Playboi Carti or Lil Uzi Vert or whatever has ever gotten close to winning like album.
No, for sure. Shit, right? I was talking more from the standpoint, like, they still do crazy numbers. So, I'm all about, like, people eating. But it's wild how we're also like consuming this shit and then rewarding it, which is just breeding more of it. You know what I mean? Like I can fucking mumble and like not me personally, like someone's thinking about that. Like, oh, I can just mumble, or you know what I mean? Like, and I know like there's niche markets for everything. So I'm not trying to like shit on anyone, but it's almost like, bro, at the end of the day, like if you're gonna call yourself a rapper, fam, you need to come correct. Like this can't just be some fucking like hobby or like some dumb shit. Like, yo, if you're gonna call yourself that, I don't know. I feel like you gotta deliver more than that.
Yeah, and that's why I've seen a lot of those kids do interviews and they'll deflect and say, "I'm not a rapper. I'm a rock star," or like, "I'm not a rapper. I'm a vibe," or whatever the fuck word they would use to get away from it. Right, I don't know how that makes any sense, but
because you remove that stigma. Because if you say you're a rapper, you're like, let's hop on a Funk Flex freestyle. You're like, no. Like I'm not doing that. Yeah. All good though. But yeah, good year for sure. It turned out to be a good year. I think we both were, nervous, right? Like from January through March, like, bro, what's going on?
Yeah, there was nothing for a while. Like nothing at all. And then it all came at the end.
It all came at the end. It came together, bro. I think we had bodies of work that we were content with. I still don't think, like to your point, again, I love IDK, and I know you do as well. But if IDK is the most cohesive album of hip hop in 2020, well, not the most cohesive. I think King's Disease is a great album, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like a story being told. It was just like 12 different great little short stories.
Yeah.
So if IDK is the most cohesive album of the year, that just kind of tells you the kind of year we had. Like not great, but definitely not a bad year.
Yeah. And I miss those years when, like, if you just think about, I don't know, the 2012s and 2014s and stuff, it felt like there was new music like every fucking week, and not even just new music, like new projects, and you couldn't even keep up with it. And now it's like every 2 weeks, you're lucky if you find 2 new songs that you want to add to your playlist.
Fam. Which is why people understand when we fucking interviewed Johan, like why we were so excited. We're like, yo, we found something new. Oh my God. Bro, because there was nothing out here, dude.
Yeah, nothing. So I'm always on the search for new music just because of that.
Yeah, no, I feel that.